Well, so yesterday was the day of the Peterborough model show. Was actually in Stamford. I went there and I had a really good time. One of the best days of the year so far. Sorry if there's any background noise, but today I'm just going to be showing off my haul of what I got. I was going to do it in order, but I've got a big pile and that's all out of order, so I guess I'm going from what's on top of the pile to the bottom. So, first kit. So, if you weren't at the model show yesterday, well, when I'm posting this, if you weren't at the 2024 Peterborough model show, they had a tombola, and I actually won something. This was number 65. Something went flying out. This is an all resin kit of this Kaelbe Z6R. I'm not sure how to say it. I don't really have any interest in this model. As you can see, there's a ticket. I've just put it inside. And yeah, it's a full resin model. First time I've had like full resin. There are some parts I can test fit here. I cut out the windows, but if I take this, there we are. It fits on pretty well. I could barely find any photos of this vehicle. It was, from what I could find out, a hauler for moving heavy loads. There is also this photo etch, and there's a small little swastika holding eagle. And yeah, it all looks very good, photo etch wise. It might look quite gold on here, but in real life it's quite like a brass, like it's not actually gold. It's quite a good model kit. I would not be giving it such a good reputation, I don't think, if you knew how much it regularly retailed at. So tombola was basically £1 for 4 tickets, and anything with 0 or 5 you won, ending in 0 or 5. So that's how I won this, and I got 8 tickets. So for £2 I won this. But I actually found out how much this kit actually sometimes retails for, and that is about, I don't know, £30 sometimes. There's also this empty bag. I don't know why there's this empty bag. It's actually not got anything in it, and the parts weren't in it or anything. It was just empty, so I don't know. But I should be making an unboxing of all of the kits in this video, hopefully, because I'm not sure if it doesn't look like any of them are missing bits. But yeah, I won this, and its usual price is so expensive because it's like full resin. I would never buy this regularly because I don't have any interest in it, nor is it cheap. So for £2, I'll give it a try. Next up is actually not something I got at Peterborough. I actually got it the day before. I wasn't sure how big the model show was going to be there. I wasn't sure how good the model kits were. So I went to the local model shop, or a model shop on the way there the day before, where I was staying, and it's quite a nice little kit. This is the Storch by Academy, and they actually made a really good tooling. It's got this fabric texture, which I have their Catalina, it's the same. Not many other companies do this, and it looks like a real joy to build. I've seen how difficult the glasswork is in 6 pieces. You get 3 schemes. If I show you the side of the box. The 2 main included variants is the regular FI 156 and the MS502, the French Morange Solina, however you say that, Solnia variant, which was license built which most of them were just this normal variant, but some had this radial engine, and I kind of fancied that since I've never done a French aircraft before. If you don't know, Benito Mussolini was actually saved from a mountaintop hotel in one of these airplanes, so it did quite well for itself. So what else is in the Oh yes, my favourite kit I picked up yesterday for just a measly £7 is a kit I've been meaning to get for a long time. A Siskin by Matchbox. It's a Siskin IIIa. The Siskin is a really interesting airplane. I want to go into it more, but if you want to know about it, you should definitely watch Wreckers Hangars video. 17 minutes, and it's amazing. But the Siskin was originally created at the end of the First World War, and the engine would overheat, and it had quite a few problems. Siskin II was used for racing, and was sort of the prototype model before the Siskin III was used by mainly Canada and the UK. There was training variants, but other nations did use them, but in very limited use. But it's really charming because this version of the boxing, 1974, this 1974 version is really charming with the window. Some of the later variants do not include the window. And I just like the box, you know, you get all the colour markings. They explain the history. There's part of their pink or purple line. I don't know, what does it say? I don't know. It's just a 2-colour kit, and I don't want to get it out too much. Only problem with the kit, it isn't a problem with the kit, it's not missing any bits, but when I received it, either the guy had cut off some pieces, or some parts had fallen off the fuselage, the main wing, and the cowling. That's all though. The kit otherwise is perfect. It's really charming. Matchbox. I've only built the only other kit I've built from them is the Walrus, if you do recall. I have it up here. Well, I have the box. There's a slightly bigger box, but yeah, look at them together. Lovely, lovely kits. At some point, I hope to buy some more. My parents are saying that I actually shouldn't build it. It's just lovely how it is. And I am thinking I'll probably get a second one, just so I can keep it in the box, because these are just lovely little kits. And next up was one of my other favourite kits. The one that I'm not excited to build, per se, but the one that I'm happy to have. So for the longest time, I've been meaning to get a vimy. Ever since I saw a little video of some building the vimy, I really wanted one. A while ago, when I just had little pocket money and I couldn't really buy too much, before I started working, I really wanted one of these. There's a boxing, which the starting bid was £10. It was one of these and a Novo Wesson Wallace, which I ended up getting in the end. And the shame, and you know, what a shame, because I lost that. It was about £20. It would have been a pretty good deal at the time, but yeah, I lost out on it. And ever since, I've been wanting a vimy or the Masquerade vimy commercial. It's even harder to get. But this kit, really charming. You get 2 schemes, either the chocolate brown and like pale cream colour, or my personal favourite, the Egypt colour scheme, because post-war, loads of RAF aircraft, and especially in Egypt, they're all silver. Things like the Snipe and some of the other planes like the F-2B from the First World War were starting to be painted in silver, and they were used in Egypt. I don't know why, because they'd be so reflective. They would reflect and be kind of dangerous. I'm not sure, but you know, it's a lovely little aircraft with a big ski at the front. I don't want to go too much in it because I took them all out the bag and now all the bits are loose. So it looks like everything is there. From what I saw, everything was there. Let me see. Actually, I was surprised how small this thing is. I know it's a World War I plane, and I saw the Blackburn Kangaroo on display yesterday, which was one of my favourite things to see, because, you know, it's really hard to come across, and it's really obscure, and it's about this size. The wings, if I get the wing pieces, the wingspan on this thing is really tiny. And it's probably because I was expecting something which I probably should know. So, for a while ago, well actually quite a long time ago, I got the FX kit of, what is it, the Type O, the Kaelbe 0400. And I thought, it's going to be that sort of size. If it's a heavy bomber from the First World War, it actually wasn't. The wingspan is, I mean, it's big, but not that big. I think even sort of the Fairy Gannet's wingspan is about the same size. Not even joking. I think there are so many other aircraft which have a wingspan just as big as this, and it's not even a bomber. Another odd thing is I bought this one for £8. It was at this really nice stall. They had a SAR tank out at the front. I can't remember what stall. I actually didn't pay attention to the names, but I got 3 sets of decals. The kit looks complete. I've got 3 sets of decals. One's really yellowed, and I got that for £8. It was just under the table. It's sort of hidden, as it was quite far under the table. And I picked it up for £8, as it says here. I thought it said 18, but it's 8. And that is a find and a half. See, things sell for like £15–20. Looks really fun. I can't wait to have a vimy in my collection. Only problem, the big ejector pin marks, sort of ruining the fabric detail underneath, but I'm sure it'll be fixed when I do it. And I want to hopefully scratch build an interior. So my second favourite kit I bought yesterday, it's the second kit I bought of the whole day. And that was this SPAD French and Italian aces in 1/48. I don't build 1/48. I got a F4F3 by the company, oh, I'm trying to remember it, Hobby Boss. Yeah, Vickers Hobby Boss. And that kit is alright. I mean, it's on par with some like Academy 1/72 scale Wildcat, so not all the best. But the reason why I like this is because, one, I actually really like special hobby kits. They're not the best, but I sort of just enjoy them. I sort of said they were the best model kit company, and obviously they're not. But in 1/72, they're one of the best. Just because of the amount of detail. Sometimes they don't fit properly, and sometimes they use a lot of mixed media. But even then, they're just good. So all the interior and the top cowling are all in resin, and the bag is sealed. This kit, I think, sells for about £40. I got it for 10. On the side of the box says 20, which I believe is the original retail price tag. And you get these like 5 or 6 factory form canopies. So you got 1 small window, 2, 3. Yeah, so you get 6. And you get 2 of each. And it's really hard to see where they end and begin. You want to use this really long one for this one. The parts for a 2002 special hobby kit, they're lovely. I know people say about the Edward 1/48 scale World War I stuff, but it's actually really good. Of course, there's nothing internally because that's all resin, but a really nice fabric stretch. Cowling's got really detailed radiators. You know, kits sort of have a bit of flash, but oh boo-hoo, you know, flash isn't that bad. Like, who am I kidding? You know, flash is this really ridiculous stuff you'd, like, you know, you can scrape off with your fingers if you really wanted to. And I don't know where the ejector pin marks are on this, but they're nowhere from what I can see. And the ribbing detail is really nice, and unlike some of the other special hobby kits where they're biplanes, it does have some markers of where, you know, where to indicate where struts go. Unlike, from what I've seen, their Supermarine Sea Otter, which I really wanted to get, but that's what scared me off. You've got the two different props and all of that. I don't want to go too much into this. I think I went into unboxing mode a minute ago, but decals, I want to make that one. So you get 3 schemes. You get 1 French, 2 Italian, and that's what I want to do, because Italy did something which I really like, which was some of their planes had the green and red of their roundels, and one of the roundels is actually covered up by the skull and crossbones. You get this version, which also has a lot of art. You can see that there. It looks nice. I like the World War I art because it seems a lot more professional. And then you get, what is it, the red storch, which I believe there's a BA Nimrod which uses that red storch. It's obviously a squadron marking. I don't know too much about it. I've not really got time to put this all back, so I will off camera. I do have something cool to show off later though, something which is very special to the event yesterday, and I want to show it off at the end. But first of all, this was the last model I got at the show. It's a Catapult with a Type 94 Kawanishi biplane. It is by Haskell and it's kind of old, but I saw one of these brand new in a model shop, and they're a rip-off. They're about, well, not really a rip-off, but they're £30. And I just thought, I'm not paying £30 for this. It's a really nice kit, yes, but I don't want to pay £30 for it. So you get the biplane, and yeah, it's got a lot of raised detail. And you get the Catapult, which is massive. I believe it's a full-length Catapult, so there it is. Massive. You get a little plaque with the name of the aircraft on it. Only problem, from what I could spot, was that the instructions to actually build the aeroplane are missing, which definitely isn't good. But it's better than nothing. I found a watermarked, slightly blurry version of the instructions, but they'll do. I don't know the painting instructions yet, but I'm guessing there's a green from the box and this grey one. I'm not sure which one I'll do, but I really just wanted a Catapult because I actually saw, I believe, a Catapult display there. And I've got one other Catapult display, another Catapult aircraft in this, and it's one of the kits that's been on the wish list for quite a while. The Arado 196 versus Sea Gladiator by Sword. Sword is actually a good company. It doesn't get enough recognition, in my opinion. Their kits are usually good value for what you get. Their kits, like Special Hobby, because they'll have resin, they'll charge an extra £5, and that just gets ridiculous. But these guys, they include photo etch and resin and a very detailed plastic kit, probably on the level of Academy or Special Hobby or Valom. So their kits are actually really detailed, and they just don't get enough rep. They don't get recognised as much, but if you ever encounter a kit, I'd try them. especially their AW3 Gannet. That kit was pretty good. I just sort of cocked it up, and so now I've not finished it. I almost bought a second one yesterday, but we'll get back onto that later. So you've got a whole bag of parts, and just to show you, look, apart from all the dust from my photo booth, which we're in at the moment, look at those panel lines. They're deep, the fabric details good, and especially look at these floats. Oh wow. So I just think this kit is really nice. You do get, as I said, resin. That's my biggest problem. I was talking to a guy who was displaying his models yesterday at the show. They are opposite the Mildenhall display. I'm not sure if they are part, I think they're a separate club. But he had built two. He built the Arado 196 by FX and the one by Hella. And I built the Hella one. And, I mean, it was good. But at the time, I didn't know that Sword actually had a kit. The Sword kit is much better. The Hella kit, I thought, you know, it's the only kit of it that's good. I'll pick it up. But now I found this one much better. And the Sea Gladiator is even weirder, because the Sea Gladiator is all on one sprue. I'm not sure how the arrestor wire works, or have to work out how that works. I think this part will go in the center. But look, when we get back to the unboxing, whenever that will be, whenever I get the unboxing done, I should be able to show off the kit. So, last but not least, we actually have two things to last show off. So, this Anson, you'll see this later, but I got this for a pretty good value. I got this for £17, and people said the Airfix one for 30, and the Special Hobby one goes for about 25 to 30, and it's the better one, but it really needs an improvement. Special Hobby and AZ, short run companies. I just want to mention this because many of them have done something which I quite like. They've gone back to their old toolings and they've redone them with more plastic parts or upgraded parts, so they can go back onto shelves without seeming so short run, because they have now improved since those older kits. And you can definitely tell this kit's going to be a pain. These sidewalls are entirely spindly resin parts, and that is just worrying. Just like their recently re-released HE59, most of the smaller parts are resin, and it's just really worrying. It looks like it's going to be a pain to assemble. The glasswork is definitely better to assemble than the Airfix kit, but here's my mistake. I thought that when it said the finish services, I thought it would include the early Mark 1s and the finished colour schemes, but actually only included the finished stuff. So now I only finished markings, and they are really boring. 3 of them are practically the same. They're all just the same, but slight differences which I can't even tell. And really, it's worth the money. It's the best Anson 1/72 scale kit on the market, because you don't really have much option, but I really want to do that. So I might get aftermarket decals, but at the same time I don't want to be the guy who spent the same price on this kit, because I spent £9 or £10 on aftermarket. But I really just want a nice Anson, either in camo or silver. I want to make silver because I have this little cigarette cards book which contains silver Anson, and I'd like to add that just to memorialise that book, because it's really nice. I might show it off in like a memorabilia video maybe. Speaking of memorabilia, we have a kit which I think is the coolest thing. Well, it's not really a kit. It's this. This is something I got yesterday. So one of the reasons why I went there yesterday was because I heard that the YouTuber Gary stuff, who I've been watching for, you know, ever since he started, the first day I started watching him, you know, and I really wanted something to show my appreciation. I might make a video at some point showcasing some of the photos I got yesterday, but one of the things I actually got was a photo with Gary. I'll blur out my face, but I'll show you the photo. But this is a signed Very Gannett box, which is from last year, and it's got his signature there, and it says happy modelling. And I asked him to, and he was really nice. He said I was the first person to ask for his signature. Hopefully, if I make a video where I show off the photos, hopefully I'll be able to provide proof that is real. But I want to get this framed at some point because, I mean, it's such a special thing to me. That photo and that signature, it's just really important to me. So if you're watching this, Gary, I'm so happy I met you yesterday, and I'm really glad you did this for me, because this is one of my favourite things I have in my whole collection. I have all these models, but this is still one of my favourite things I have in my collection. So yeah, so thank you for doing that yesterday, if you're watching this. So yeah, that was my haul. That is my whole collection I got yesterday. 8 kits I got 8 kits the other day at Peterborough, and then 1 kit, you know, from elsewhere in a model shop. But apart from that, that's my whole collection of stuff I got the past 2 days. And I actually didn't spend too much money on it. A lot, it might seem, but not too much as a joint lot of models. So anyways, I'll see you in probably a few unboxings soon. So see you later.